Hello, this is Gil Magno once again, showing off another student of mine who's a very talented young lady. She is here today. She's a graduate of the famous or infamous course number 5, Self-Transformation Through Personal Magnetism. And one of the requirements for graduating from this course is to give a small talk. And the talks will be given on here. And she will be telling you about what she got out of the course and also how can she use what she learned in her purpose in life. Okay, so welcome now, this young lady, Eva Lung.
Thank you, Gil. I would say what I got out of this course was, as with a lot of other things I've studied about self-motivation or self-improvement, transformational courses, is that we all have a purpose in life, and yours especially concentrated on that. That's why I particularly liked yours, and it resonated very well with me. I also learned about unconscious things we do, verbally and non-verbally. So those things are things I'm now cognizant of and do try to use in my everyday communication. I mean, it certainly takes practice, but these were very interesting tips to learn about, these different vibrations in the voice and how they can have a different effect in convincing other people to what you like, or just in general how to view things from different points of view. And also very importantly, I thought, were your thoughts on health and all of your tips. Those I found to be very inspiring. You're very energetic. You have a lot of wisdom in terms of that because you come from a background where your family was very in tune with nature. So I think those are the most positive things that I've gotten out of this course. And your perspective on my thoughts were also very appreciated. And I did really find these to be inspiring parts of my journey in this magnetism course. So let me begin. This is, again, this is a required part of the course to give a little speech at the end. So what I'd like to share with you all would be building your little empire. Now, let me ask you, last week I read an article about the top CEO of PepsiCo. It's an Indian woman. 2 things she already has against her, 2 strikes. But she, since the time she was a little woman, a little kid, 7 years old, at the dinner table, her mother would ask her, if you were prime minister, what changes would you make in the world? And so I think as she grew up, she always had those sort of thoughts and had reflected on that from a long time ago. Now, if you will imagine with me the most perfect refuge, your imaginary mansion, that could be yours one day, that will be if you perceive it and believe it, however you want to decorate it, with the most beautiful garden that you can conceive of, whether it's huge and palatial like Louis XIV's Versailles, or whether it's a tiny little area for you to grow vegetables or little flowers, and you decide, you imagine it, and imagine on the inside of this mansion everything you've ever dreamed of having, every style, every type of accessory, home decor accessory, every food for every feast that you can possibly dream up in your head being there, and you can escape there whenever you want at your will. Is that inspiring? I would think so. You can put all the circuses there, every musical group. If you want it quiet, you can have only trees and serenity around, or your own little Zen garden, or perhaps you want to have fast racing cars, a whole collection of cars of every color. So you think of that, and anytime you need to escape, you go into that little corner. Now, if I were to tell you, my magnetism coach had shared with me, everyone could imagine in their mind a library. And in that library, we have extensive pieces of information. Information from when we were born, and as we've passed through the years, information from other generations of people. So any type of information we need, we can access and we can find, or someone will bring it to us. And all the unnecessary negative information will be discarded. So I would suggest to you all that you take that advice and build on that to see what is your purpose in life. I wanted to share with you my purpose in life and how I sort of am constructing and discovering this. I was always very fascinated by other cultures and other countries since I was a kid, and I collected stamps and coins and all sorts of decorative things from the time I was able to walk practically. I interacted with people in other countries years ago, years before the internet was around, and I always found it fascinating to learn about different cultures and their traditions and their foods, all the different colors in their artwork were very stimulating to me. So as I've progressed in life, I collected more and more things related to international travel and international how would we say, conocimiento, that's what they say in Spanish, knowing or understanding. And I guess as it happened, I collected many other things as time went by, sort of as an offshoot of this. I loved the textures and colors and different materials and different things. And so what I've thought to develop now is a collection of people who have collections. And I would think people with collections like me would like to show off their collections. So I want to hear if any of you have very inspiring collections, and I'd like you to write to me to share either thoughts of those, if you've learned anything from your collections, or if you know of any other person who has a quirky, weird collection, something you think is funny or you detest. I wanted to celebrate the collectors, and I've always loved to interview people, so it just always has come naturally to me to ask people. I've had very interesting conversations, and I'd like to eventually put this into a compilation of perhaps books or TV little pieces. So if you'd collaborate with me in my collecting of story collecting, that would be fantastic. So again, find your passion in life, develop it, and bon voyage, good luck.